we all have an attachment style, men and women alike. There are basically 4 different attachment styles, and your attachment style is your habitual way of relating to an intimate partner. So you actually have an attachment style starting when you are a baby, an attachment style with your parents or caregivers, and odds are about 2 in 3 that you still have that style as an adult. So what I'd like to do so that listeners can figure out their own attachment style is go ahead and read a description of the 4 different styles. And listeners out there, what I'd like you to do is go ahead and ask yourself, what description fits you the best? Now keep in mind that you may actually fit more than one of these styles, but pick the one that fits you the best. So here's A. If you're an A, you would say, yes, this is the one that most fits me. A, I find it relatively easy to get close to others. I am comfortable depending on them and having them depend on me. I don't often worry about being abandoned or about someone getting too close to me. That's A. B, I find that others are reluctant to get as close as I would like. I worry that my partner doesn't really love me or won't want to stay with me. I want to merge completely with another person, and this desire sometimes scares people away. C, I am uncomfortable getting close to others. I want emotionally close relationships, but I find it difficult to trust others completely or to depend on them. I worry that I will be hurt if I allow myself to become too close to others. And finally, D, I am comfortable without close emotional relationships. It is very important to me to feel independent and self-sufficient, and I prefer not to depend on others or have others depend on me. Science shows that most women identify as an A, which is secure, or a B, which is anxious. My own attachment style, I was surprised to find out, was a B. I'm an anxious attachment style person. If you're an A, that's most people. That's most men, most women. And I would say you won the lottery, but lottery wins are really rare, and about 2/3 of people have style A. So if you're an A, you are secure, you feel very comfortable getting close to others, you actually are very good at solving relationship problems, you're good at keeping problems from escalating, you're good at de-escalating problems that your partner brings up. Yay you're awesome. But a lot of us are not A's, we're B's, and there are more women who are B's than there are men who are B's. So B's are anxious, and those of us who are anxious, we tend to feel that we love the partner more than they love us, and so we may even see someone pulling back when they're not really pulling back. A big problem is that a lot of those of us who are anxious get involved with a guy who is a C or a D. C's and D's are avoidant. Avoidant doesn't really mean that they avoid attaching altogether. It means that they attach to you, but they hold you at arm's length.
After a long break from being in the dating world, the thought of meeting someone new and connecting heart to heart with all the possible internal conflicts you may have about that can certainly cause anxiety and stress for most people. You just need to know that there are things you can do to overcome dating anxiety and then enjoy dating again. First of all, you have to remember that the person you will be having a date with is a person who is also most likely feeling a little anxiety about going out on a date as well, especially if it's a first date. So anytime, we do something new, especially in matters of the heart, there is a little anxiety for most people. In remembering that they are most likely feeling like you is one of the most important things you can do to stay present and be in the moment. And don't put so much pressure on the first date or even the first few dates by thinking thoughts such as, what if he is the one? Or, what if he's not going to like me? Your goal right now when you first getting out there to date is just to get out there and first and foremost, have fun. Dating will be much more enjoyable when you take it lightly. And what I mean by that is you don't take it so seriously as if you're going out on a job interview. Remember, just be you. Be your incredible, beautiful self. Go out and have fun, flirt and laugh. And that's all you have to do when you're getting back into dating. The other thing to remember is not to judge yourself and then in turn possibly judge your date if what you see and hear is not perfect and whatever you may think perfection is. Women tend to be quite judgmental of themselves, usually much more so than their date would ever be to them. So remembering that both of you may be a little nervous, you can cut yourself and your date some slack and stay open. Now, I'm not saying it's okay to allow someone to be rude to you or allow yourself to be treated any less than a lady should be. What I am saying is that if you or they stumble on your words when you're speaking on that date, or let's say food drops out of your mouth when you're eating the meal, just make a joke of it, keep it light. You're not expecting perfection, and we're all human, and that's part of this joy of life and the adventure of going out on a date is you don't have to be perfect and they don't have to be perfect. You're just looking for a perfect partner that is a perfect match for you. And that means someone who loves your quirkiness, accepts you for who you are, and you accept them for who they are. Also, the more you quiet your self-judgment, accept yourself, know your own worth, and see and feel your own past in a compassionate way, the more you protect yourself from judgment. You have to remember that your outer world is created by your inner world. And the more you are kind, loving, and gentle with yourself, the more the outside world will reflect that as well.